I literally woke up, looked at my phone, and saw that message. I just want y'all to like process that, bro. I literally got my biggest placement in my sleep. So my name is Devin, also go by Infinite or Prob by Infinite, and today I'm gonna give y'all my 5 favorite methods on how to get more placements.
Hey, go ahead, Infinite.
Now for a quick intro for all the new people. My name's Infinite. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been making music for about 5 years now. And within this past year, yes, like 365 days, I've been able to get placements with Tinashe, Mozzie, Sada Baby, BFB the Pac-Man, Guapdev 4000, and plenty other artists. Now everything that I'm about to tell you is something that I have personally done before, so you know that I'm not capping about anything. Now let's get into the first tip. So tip number 1 is going to be reaching out for emails or management contact info. Now this method is really solid because I know a lot of people who have gotten placements with people like Mozzie or Sada Baby and everything like that. But the only thing is that this isn't necessarily effective when it comes to bigger artists, because people like Drake and Jay-Z aren't just in their emails all day looking for new beats. You feel me? But it's really good for people who are big, but not on a mainstream level. And a small little tip when you're DMing these artists and management is to include a small little video, even just like a screen recording of one of your beats. So when you have your message, you can follow it up with a small sample of your work. All right, so now let's get on to tip number 2. Make content for social media. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Those are my 3 recommendations of ones that I think you can go really hard on and you'll get a real good success rate on. Now, when I say to make content for social media, that does not mean you have to go full influencer mode and be like, "What's up, guys? It's your boy, Infinite." But I will say every single time that you do make a post on social media, it's kind of like buying a lotto ticket. You just get a whole bunch every single day, and then eventually one of them is finna hit. I also don't condone going to the lottery, but y'all get the point though. You know what I mean? It's just an analogy. You know what I mean? Now, someone who has used social media to their advantage that I think is a great example is Sesh Nolan. So Sesh Nolan first started consistently posting on TikTok in March of 2021, and then his biggest TikTok blew up 3 months later in June, and then he landed a song on the latest Roddy Ricch album in December. And if that isn't a good example on how fast social media can change your life, I don't know what is, bro. All right, so method number 3 is to make a loop email list or release loop kits on YouTube. Now this one is my personal favorite because it is really, really effective and you can see great results in under a year if you're doing it right. All right, so now let me tell y'all how to set up your loop email list. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is go to Google Drive. Then you're gonna go into the upper left-hand corner. You're gonna hit that little new button. Then it's gonna bring down a little menu. You're gonna hit Google Sheet. Now you can take every single email that you get and put it into each row. All right, so let's take a quick pause because I know that y'all sitting there like, Infinite, how do I get these emails? You out here giving all these tips, giving all this advice. How am I going to get these emails, bro? And my answer to that is that you have to reach out to every single producer and ask them if they want to be on your loop email list. Now, here's why. So you can theoretically go onto Twitter and theoretically get a few Chrome extensions and theoretically extract a whole bunch of emails from people who have said send loops. But I found this method to be very ineffective just because people tend not to open up emails and use loops from people that they don't know. And y'all just gonna have to trust me on this one. I've tried the Twitter method and I've tried personally reaching out to every single producer, and reaching out to the producers was just way more effective. I know, let's get back to setting up the email list. Now that we're in Google Sheets, you're gonna click on that little top tab right there where you have all your emails, and then it will highlight every single email that you put in there, and then you hit copy. Now you wanna go to your email and use an extension that allows you to send out multiple emails individually. I personally use Mail Tracker, but you can use anything that you feel like is necessary for you. So in Mail Tracker, I use the campaign mode, so it will send out each email independently, and I just paste all those emails into the actual email. And then after that, you're gonna put the little Dropbox link that contains all the loops. And I also like to add like a small message to the email, like, if you use these loops, such and such, or send back any beats made with these loops so I can check them out. Doing small little things like that are definitely going to help increase your engagement. Now, I know a lot of y'all are sitting here thinking like, Infinite, you can just use a BCC and it's the same thing, which that isn't necessarily false. You feel me? That is low-key true. But one of the reasons why I like using these third-party extensions or just Chrome extensions and everything like that is because a lot of the times they give you analytics. And when you get analytics, you can really do tests and research of things that work well when you're doing it to help increase your engagement. For instance, if I put in the subject, West Coast Loops by Infinite, and then I send it out to everybody, I'm not going to get the greatest open rates. But if I take that same email and in the subject, I put Loops inspired by Mozzie, Yada, and Selly Rue, presented by Infinite. It kind of gives like a better feel, and then you can be able to test to see, okay, this one works, that one works, this one does better, that one does better, and everything like that. And then you can even take them same loops that you're sending out right now, put them in a pack, and then put them out for free on YouTube. Now, I personally think that YouTube is great for producers because unlike apps like Instagram and Twitter, YouTube's algorithm actually works for you. So if you post a video and it starts to perform well on YouTube, meaning that people are liking it, they're watching it for a long time, and they're clicking on it more than average, it will actually start recommending it in the algorithm much more than other videos. And when I say recommending it more in the algorithm, it means basically it'll start showing it to people. It'll be in the up next feed, it'll be in the recommended feed, it'll be on people's homepage, and it'll just be seen by more and more people. And that is super important because it's basically like passive income, but for your own marketing. So it's like passive promoting. So even while you're at work, you're at school, you're sleeping, anything, it's always working for you. And one of my favorite examples of YouTube really working for you is myself, actually. It's me. It's me. That's why it's one of my biggest placements is I Can See the Future by Tinashe. And the way that I got that placement was because I just put a loop kit on YouTube. A random producer, shout out SD Troy, saw it, used it, and then got it placed. And then he just messaged me afterwards and said, hey, we got one locked in with Tinashe. I literally woke up, looked at my phone, and saw that message. I just want y'all to like process that, bro. I literally got my biggest placement in my sleep. All right, so method number 4. This one is low-key a tough pill to swallow, but it's basically make a better product. Now, a lot of times as producers, we tend to look to a lot of outside sources of why we aren't winning. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they don't rock with me. They just haven't heard my stuff yet. They ain't give me no chance yet. They're hating on me and stuff like that. When a lot of the times you can really look at yourself, and it's because your product might not be good enough. And that's something that's a little hard to deal with at times, and I can understand that because personally I've went through that as well. Now, I really went through every single emotion of this. I wouldn't sit here and tell y'all like, oh, you might not be good enough if I haven't already experienced it. And you know what? It's completely okay because everybody has to start somewhere. Now, there was a bunch of times where I sent out beats and loops to people way before I was ready. I even went back to go listen to some of my stuff, and I was just sitting there like, who let me send this? Why did no one tell me this was garbage, bro? Now, if your beats or loops aren't the greatest right now, it's completely okay. We all have to start from somewhere, and we all have to work hard to get to where we want to be. I went through it, your biggest idols went through it, and you're gonna have to go through it as well. All right, now method number 5 is just to be patient. Now, this one is definitely overlooked. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say like, oh, I'm gonna start sending out loops, or oh, I'm going to start making YouTube videos, only for me to find out that they ended up quitting within 3 months of trying it. Y'all really got to understand that music is a long-term game. Nothing that you want within the music game is going to come easy to you or come quick to you. Like personally with me, I made music for 4 years with no results, and I had to be patient enough to wait for the 5th year where I actually gained some accomplishments. Now, if I would have acted like some of the people who quit within 3 to 4 months of trying something, I wouldn't have had any single placement. Now, I started making music in 2016, and if I would have stopped January 1st, 2021, I would literally have nothing to show for it. Now, being patient and working for 4 years straight was only preparation for everything that I was able to accomplish this year. And in all honesty, I am so grateful for it. So with that being said, that's going to conclude the video. I know that we went over a lot of stuff, so if you do have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and I'm going to try my best to get back to every single one of them. And with that being said, my name is Devin, also go by Infinite or Proud by Infinite, and peace out.